Classic League Podcast time! Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 307 of the Classic Elite Podcast. My name is Scott. Kevin is with me tonight. What is going on, man?
Not much. How you doing?
Good.
307. Holy hell, that's a lot.
Big numbers. Every now and again, one will creep up on you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I think we survived 160 something. I don't remember what our last number was. 108? I want to say. I don't remember. I'm making things up now. My previous podcast.
I didn't think we'd get to 300 plus, so I'm pretty excited. We're a video game podcast, so we're talking about gaming news and what we've been playing. As a little bit of a disclaimer, news is light, and also what we've been playing is a bit light, so
yeah,
we'll see how the show goes. Also, I can't say that I really watched anything to get really excited.
Movie-wise?
Yeah. I feel like
I've just been watching a lot of Christmas movies lately.
I did, I was in the mood for a Christmas movie and watched the first Harry Potter on Sunday. Hadn't seen the first one in a long time.
Is that Christmas?
It feels Christmassy to me. It kind of has...
That's fair.
Chimey, whimsical stuff. There's snowflakes in it a lot.
Okay.
So, yeah, it feels Christmas to me.
I watched Home Alone.
Always a staple. That's when we put on the background when we're doing the presents and dinner thing over at my parents' house.
What's your favorite Christmas movie? Wow, this is like an opposite of Scream. What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Yeah, probably Home Alone. The first one.
They're remaking that again.
Yeah,
on Disney Plus.
Disney, yeah.
How are they gonna do that? Is it gonna be like modernized? Because all you need is a cell phone and you're good to go.
But Kevin also had an unbelievable amount of time to pick up a normal phone and call 911.
No, he didn't, because the phone lines were down.
Dude.
They made sure to point that out in the movie. I was like, good on you, movie. You're pointing that out.
So they managed to cut the old... Like, Kevin was so resourceful in all other ways. He couldn't have found a phone in any other way. Come on.
I couldn't when I was his age.
Well,
I couldn't put a bunch of balls on the floor and have people
trip
trip on it.
In an hour either.
He had until 9 p.m.
Oh, sorry. 3 hours.
Yeah, he had a long time.
So I don't know. Yeah, probably. I really love A Christmas Story. I know a lot of people are sick of
That's
that
my
movie.
favorite.
I adore that movie.
You are sick of it?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Well, that's what I hear. People, I think that now that, I don't even know how long it's been, 10 or 15 years, they have that 24-hour marathon stuff.
On TBS.
Yeah. You guys have that?
Yeah. Well, we had it. I don't know if we still do. I think it's Peachtree now.
Okay. Weird. That's a town.
Oh, I didn't know people hate that movie. I thought that movie was underrated, to be honest. I never heard anyone talk about it.
I feel like I hear people say they're burnt out on it. That everybody always quotes it and all that kind of stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I have a leg lamp on my Christmas tree.
Oh, that's awesome.
An ornament, yeah.
I guess just around different people, I guess. So, but yeah, I really like that one a lot. I'm trying to think.
Elf
There's
is
definitely other
good.
movies I get in the mood to watch. Lord of the Rings: Two Towers, to me is a Christmas movie because that came out at that time, so I get in the mood to watch that. I think all three of them came out in consecutive years over like November, December time. Yeah. I don't know I never thought of Die Hard as a Christmas movie, but because it comes up so much, the debate whether or not it is a Christmas movie, I get in the mood to watch it because people talk about it, whether or not it's a Christmas movie. So I do get in the mood to. Usually they'll talk about the first one, but I actually will put in the third one with Samuel L. Jackson.
You know what's fucked up?
What?
I've never watched Die Hard.
Oh, really? It's a good action movie.
I know. I think I'm past, because I'm not a big fan of action movies anymore. Because I'm kind of like, it's kind of a waste of time for me now. I know, right? It's weird. Unless it's like a Marvel movie.
I thought you liked. I was just gonna say. I thought you liked superhero movies.
I was involved in superhero movies for 10 years, so I had to watch them. But all the other action movies, like I watched Mission Impossible in theaters. I forget which one. It was entertaining, but I wish I could watch that at home.
Recent one, the 6. with
Which one?
Superman. Good.
No, which one?
6.
Of what? Mission Impossible?
Yeah, that new
Which
one,
one was that one?
newish.
Oh, I don't know.
It's
I saw
got
the one with Simon Pegg.
he might have been in it.
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess maybe I had one.
Anyways, the point is, I've never watched Die Hard, and I feel like I'm missing something because that's a movie I should have watched when I was younger. I did. I played the game on Nintendo.
I okay. It's okay if you don't watch the first Die Hard or the second one, but you really gotta watch the third one, man.
The third one, there's 4 of them, right?
I think there's 5 maybe.
Oh shit. Okay.
But the third one is I adore that movie. It is awesome. It's it's a little
I'll
bit
watch it someday.
whatever. Fuck you. I try to give you a recommendation. When have I steered you wrong?
When it comes to movies, I don't think you've ever recommended anything to me.
'Cause
I've been
you
watching Mr.
tried.
Robot. I don't know if that matters.
Okay, I like Mr. Robot.
Yeah, I'm getting into it. At first, I was I don't want to spoil it, but at first I was like not liking it because I knew what the twist was gonna be, and I was like,
I did
eh.
not know the twist. I didn't really care for the twist.
Well, no, I felt like that's what they were doing because I watched Fight Club and I love Fight Club, and I was like, this has similar,
Like foreshadowing.
yeah, it has similar feeling as Fight Club, and the whole time I was like, oh, is this what they're doing? Is this what they're doing? And then they did it, but I like that they acknowledged that it's like Fight Club. They had the Pixies, "Where's My Mind" in the background, and I was like, okay, you guys know what you're doing, and now I like the show because you're acknowledging, yes, we are aware this is similar to that, so I'm good with that. Yeah. Oh, such a good show. Dude with crazy bug eyes. He's all like,
yeah, Rami Malek, he's great.
yeah. I think I got a crush on him because he's in Bohemian Rhapsody, right? I just found that out.
Mm-hmm. I've not
like,
seen
shit.
it. I've heard it's good though.
Not even I. Yeah, that's what I heard as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, video games.
So video games. Yeah. So Wolf Among Us 2 is being revived.
We're going right into news.
Well, unless you had
Close this one.
new releases, were there games that came out this week that we wanted to talk about?
Not that no, no results found. So no.
My
they had the
assumption was
gaming. They had the gaming awards recently, last week. Did you watch that?
No.
I tried,
Mhm.
and I couldn't. It was like 5 hours long on YouTube, and I'm like, I appreciate that this exists for gamers. You know, they have the Oscars, they have the Tonys, they have the Grammys,
Sure.
and I appreciate such a thing exists. But I don't like watching those shows, just like I don't like watching this show. I just like to see the highlights after what they announced, and they announced most of our news, if not all, is based on what happened on the Game Awards. It was cool seeing Reggie back up there, the guy from Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard he was there.
Yeah, so they did a few announcements, and one of the announcements they did was that The Wolf Among Us is being revived. I love The Wolf Among Us. I'm actually reading the comics right now. It's the Fable comics. Have you read them before?
No.
Oh, they're pretty good. I don't know how much you read comics. I read a lot of comics. If I can't get my hand on a physical copy of something, I'll just read it online, or I'll get it from the library. So I read The Boys. Have you watched The Boys on Amazon? Oh, you have to watch The Boys.
That's what I've been told that.
And that's filmed in Toronto, which is one of the reasons why I watched the show, because it's Toronto, and I'm like, hey, I know that. That's my school. And that has a terrible name, The Boys. I was like, that's awful. I was thinking The Lost Boys. So I watched the show first, and then I read the comics after. And just like Wolf Among Us, I played the game first, and now I'm reading the comics. I didn't know they were going to come up with a part 2. So it's made by the same people who made Walking Dead, Telltale, which is why it's a surprise that they announced a revival of part 2, because Telltale, as you probably all know, they didn't go bankrupt. They just closed, right?
But I mean, I think that they had to sell all their assets. I think they did go through bankruptcy.
Yeah, and that's the fucked up thing. They had like Telltale Batman, which is great, Minecraft, which is great, Walking Dead, which they actually finally finished, which I'm happy about, although I haven't played it. Borderlands, they had so many
Batman
properties. They're working on Stranger Things. Say what?
Game of Thrones, Batman.
Game of Thrones was good as well. Like I liked them all. Back to the Future, like I liked them all. Jurassic Park, but I liked all the games that they made. I haven't had a really big problem besides Jurassic Park. So when they closed down, it was sad because you had so much licensed games that had a great story that just all died. in the blink of like just a blink, it's gone.
Yeah.
Wolf Among Us was one of the games that I bought twice on the 360 and then again on the PS4 or the Vita, and it's a great story. And I was like that's it. That's the end of the Wolf Among Us storyline. But no, they showed a little teaser of Bigby, Big Bad Wolf. Do you know what the premise of this is?
Vaguely, I know it's like fables and fairy tales,
Yeah, so
like
it's like
public
you play as
domain stuff that
yeah the original what's those two like
Hansel and
they're
Gretel,
darker.
huh?
No, the darker fairy tales. There's like a
Aesop's
movie made
Fables,
about. Ah, there's another name for it. Anyways,
Grimm's fairy tales.
yes, that's the one. The Grimm's Brothers or whatever it's called. It's kind of like that. Like it's really dark. They swear and they have nudity and all that. But you play as Bigby or Big Bad Wolf, and they live in the human world because their world was overtaken by giant ass monsters. So they gotta pretend to be human. But every once in a while, Bigby will like freak out and Hulk out and turn into the Big Bad Wolf to like get what he's after, and he has
Yeah,
like a great sense of smell and all that. It's fantastic. I'm glad they revived it. I hope everything else gets revived. Like they just recently released the Noir DLC for the Batman Telltale games. So it's just a skin for the. It's stupid, but I want to. I'm probably gonna buy it because I'm dumb. But yeah, no, I was surprised to see this. I recommend checking it out if you like story-based games. Like
yeah.
it's not.
This is one of
Go
those
ahead.
games that commercially didn't sell as much as some of their others, but critically was considered one of the best.
It's like a cult favorite, like after the fact. You know when a movie bombs in theater, but on DVD it does very
Yeah, yeah,
well.
yeah. That's
That's
yeah.
kind of what the Wolf Among Us was, and I don't know. I'm happy to have it back. I can't wait for it, and I honestly hope that they revive all their other licensed games. Like they're all. Have you played any of them?
Yeah, I played a lot of the. I played all Walking Dead season one, and
Mm-hmm.
I played the 400 days, and I played season two, but I didn't play the Michonne thing.
I played them. That was weird.
I played and loved all of Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
The season one of of Walking Dead I really loved.
Yeah,
I played through two and a half. I made it to the third episode of Game of Thrones and just really fell off. It wasn't nearly as good as the
yeah.
others. I own Wolf Among Us somewhere. It's definitely in Steam or
And you haven't played
yeah,
it.
yeah.
You
I've
sound like me.
got it somewhere. I didn't buy it. It was one of those included things, or maybe it was
Oh,
in a humble
gotcha.
bundle or something. So if I did buy it, it was nominal. Um,
So you
yeah,
played the majority of them. You know the style. Have you played the Borderlands one?
no, but I heard that's quite good.
Oh, that one was great. And I'm not
Uh,
even a huge Borderlands fan.
And the Batman one sounds really interesting too. Playing more as Bruce Wayne over Batman sounds really interesting and cool.
And they changed, like they weren't like I with Batman, you can't just do the same Batman. You gotta change things up a bit, which is why I like the Arkham Asylum. They made it darker.
Hmm.
Um that's why I like the Nolan. Well, I like the Dark Knight because they made it was different enough, but the Telltale version like completely changed everything. Like about Bruce and Martha, and the Penguin is a completely different character, and the Joker is actually someone you meet in Insane. Like it's so well done, and I had to get my mind set to that. To like, this is not what I'm familiar with.
Hmm.
Like I'm like that's not how it happened, right? But they changed it on purpose to give a new life.
Sure,
So I think they released two seasons,
that sounds right, but I don't know.
and it was getting so good. But yeah, so fuck, that sucks with Telltale games. Ah, that really blows. I was so sad when I saw that because even like the girl or sorry the woman who does the voice of Clementine in The Walking Dead also does the voice of the Kid Frog in The Wolf Among Us.
Okay.
And when Telltale closed down, she wrote on Twitter like, "Oh, this is the most disappointing thing I've ever seen," or I want to be able to finish our story. And I was like, I want to know what happens to Clementine as well, which is weird because I haven't played that yet.
Yeah. Definitely glad to see it back, especially since people really liked it a lot.
Yeah,
Did they give a release date for that? I didn't see that in the.
I don't think so. They just teased it.
Okay.
The fact that it even exists at this point is good enough for me.
It's unlikely, although not impossible, that we'll see the release in 2020. So it's
Yeah,
2021 or later, probably. According to Games Radar speculation.
yeah. That site used to be so good too. I don't know what happened. Sorry, I'm just bitter. before the holidays.
All right. So, which one of these you want to get to next?
So we can get to the second line there. This was also announced at the Game Awards, and I want to get your take on it. So we knew about Project Scarlet, the new Xbox. Like they announced already the PlayStation 5, and they called it, you know, the PlayStation 5. And then Project Scarlet was finally announced, and do you know what they called it?
Yes, it's called Xbox.
Yes. So originally they announced it as the Xbox Series X, which I thought was one of the worst names I've ever heard. I put a thing on my Instagram where the Joey Jojo Shabadoo from The Simpsons, where
Oh
they're like, "What's
yeah,
his name?" Joey Jojo Junior Shabadoo. And he's like, "That's the worst name I ever heard." And Joey Jojo runs out of the mall. So instead of that, I put the Xbox in the background, photoshopped it in. So they go, "What's the new Xbox name?" It's called the Xbox Series X. That's the worst name I've ever heard. And then you
yeah,
see Xbox running in the background crying. Anyways, yeah. So we all thought it was called the Xbox Series X. And they came out to confirm that the Xbox Series X is not called the Xbox Series X. The Xbox Series X is actually just called the Xbox and the new Series X,
yeah. The
which is even
series
worse.
is like,
A line
yeah,
of something.
like they're like it's kind of like the way that it is right now. There's the Xbox One S, which is instead of the word one, it's series, or there's Series X, which is like the
Yeah.
Xbox One X. So
You know what would have been a better name? Xbox Scarlet. Just saying. Sometimes their project
come on,
names are better than.
most of the time, the project names are better than the real names.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, the project names are better. What was the Connect before it was called the Connect? Do you remember?
Yeah, hold on. Net. No, that wasn't
Project
Natal.
Natal.
Was it? Was
Yeah,
that Natal? Okay.
Project Natal. I think so. That sounds right.
Yeah, there definitely was. Yeah, I mean, uh, so I think that it's a good branding decision in the
Oh,
long
you think it's
term, and it's
good?
going to
Okay.
be a little bit of a bumpy transition. So it's going to be weird on the consumer side. It's going to take a little bit of effort for consumers to understand what's going on, which typically is a bad thing. But
Wii U.
that's a great example.
Yeah.
However, the difference in my mind though is they at some point their goal clearly is to make a platform. So if you're going to have a platform with a variety of ways to get access to it, it makes sense to have one name. So Xbox will encompass xCloud. Xbox will encompass an application that will be on your PC that will be a storefront, a la Steam and things like that. It will also be a dedicated box if that works better for your solution. And inside of the boxes, there's going to be some variants as well, whether it's an all digital or diskless or whatever, or one that has more power than the other. When you're starting to get all those different verticals together, it does make more sense to just, hey, are you Xbox? Like it before there was all these different ways to get access to these games from the same developers. We said Xbox or PlayStation anyways, or Nintendo or Sega. You
Yeah.
didn't really worry about it was implied that you were on the same generation.
Yeah.
And I guess
Well, I mean,
in
right
my
now, if I ask someone what system they have, they don't say I have a PlayStation. They say I have a PS4.
they typically do say PS4. So we've
Yeah.
transitioned into that.
Yeah.
But when it was 360 or PS3, I don't know, are you Xbox or PlayStation? In my mind, that's how it was.
Oh,
So maybe not for you and your circle of friends.
I don't have friends.
But
I'm a lone gunman.
this was a while ago. You used to have them. I've seen, unless you
Long time
Photoshop
ago. Yeah.
yourself into lots of random people's
Mostly.
photos.
Yeah.
I guess it just, if their goal is to just be a platform with a bunch of different ways to get access to it, I think just going through a tough rebranding and just focusing on Xbox as a platform and brute forcing the consumer base to understand eventually. The reason I think it's a little different than the Wii U is because the Wii U was the one only thing. There wasn't a need to tie it back into the original Wii.
But that's what I'm saying from a naming perspective is what messed up a lot of people. A lot of people thought the Wii U was just a stronger Wii, which I guess it was, but
Or they
you
thought
know
it
what I
was
mean. They
just
didn't.
or they thought it was just an add-on, right?
Yeah, they didn't know it was a
Okay.
brand new console.
Correct. Now
Yeah,
here's the thing that's gonna really bend your noodle. What if that's what Xbox wants? Is my point.
for you
What
to
if
think that
that
this is
is
like an
their
add-on.
goal to just have it be you play Xbox?
I mean, that's probably what their goal is, but it would have worked if they didn't name their last Xbox Xbox One.
That's what I'm saying. I think that they're just biting the bullet and going through this really awkward transition phase. They're just saying at some point we got to rip the band-aid off and go for the single brand together.
So, what would they call the new Xbox console after this one? The Series
Series
Y?
whatever, a series Z or
I said, I said
series and it
series.
did series.
Stupid
No,
phone.
they can then call it kind of whatever they want. They could get to platinum, they could get to diamond, they could call it black, they could, but it's still all Xbox, and it doesn't matter because there's XCloud. So if you have your phone and you can't, it's how do you in your scenario you want to play Gears 5, right, or Forza
Yeah.
5 or whatever. What works best for you? Do you already have a PC? Then don't worry about what console you need to get. But you want to play Gears 5. So, or let's say you all you have is a phone.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we got you covered. You pay for the Game Pass Ultimate, and you'll get access to being able to stream the games onto your phone. So it's okay, we got you. You're still playing Xbox. Oh, you don't
Can
want
they
to
just
mess
call
with
it
a
a
PC.
Microsoft
You're
though?
not a PC guy. You don't like gaming on your phone. Oh, you like something in your entertainment center. Guess what? We have a physical dedicated console. But if all they were trying to do was give every one of these things these names and get these brands fighting amongst each other instead of it just appearing as one thing, I think would ultimately create more confusion. But right now, they just have to go through it. It's going to be a transition, but we all get used to stuff that we don't think we will get used to.
Like the Xbox One.
Yes, that's a good
Because
example.
that's a dumb I still think that's a dumb name. And
Absolutely.
that name was made to do exactly what you're saying. One and all, everything in one.
Yeah, so this is their reboot of trying to do that.
It's so dumb. Like,
Yes, but it also I think it does
but
make
it
sense too. I
because
agree that it's
I don't want to say it failed, but I don't know. I feel like they're focusing too much on like what PlayStation did is with it only does everything. And my fight with that was always it does everything but play your own goddamn games because you took out PS2 backwards compatible at the time. So I hated that it said it does everything. I'm like, no, you don't. You play PS1 games, you took out PS2, and now you only play PS3.
fair enough, but they have not claimed that, but they are implying that I mean it's heading that way.
With,
But
with Xbox One
yeah, all
or
the backwards
Series.
compatibility and all that stuff. I mean, there's some proof in the pudding with them, and there is for PlayStation as well with backwards compatibility coming out. But
With the PS5, yeah.
they're going kind of back to it. But I mean, I understand people's frustration and confusion with it, but
I just think it's funny.
I think
It's
long
kind of like
term
the
it
Wii
makes
U.
sense.
What the hell is it? Why is it called the Wii? Do you remember why it's called the Wii?
There was two people next to each other. We play together.
Yes. We play together. We and the little two eyes were two people
Yeah.
standing. Do you know why it's called the Wii U?
Well, I thought it was for you,
Yeah.
so it's taking
It's
the
it's
Wii
so
away.
it's so dumb. Like you had the Nintendo Revolution was the fucking great name for that.
Yes.
And I remember when I first heard that name, I photoshopped on my website what I, in my mind, envisioned this Revolution system to look. Because I heard you can play Nintendo games, Super Nintendo, Sega. Like I heard before we even knew what a virtual console was.
Yeah.
I thought there was gonna be a whole bunch of different slots all over the thing and a CD port on the side for the GameCube, and that's what I envisioned. And then I heard about the motion control, and I'm like, oh shit, you can play like WWF WrestleMania and like the NES one and swing your arms around like we wanted to do back in the day, and none
Yeah.
of that came. But Revolution was a good name. Wii is a stupid name. Wii U is a stupid name. Switch, pretty good. I like Switch.
Yeah, but I don't think that it's. I don't think that it's an apples to apples comparison. They're both dumb in different ways.
Wii and Xbox.
Xbox, yeah.
PlayStation knows what's up. They're just keeping with it.
I think Xbox knows what's up. they've got me hooked in Game Pass, man. That
Well,
Game
yeah, Game
Pass.
Pass. I'm talking about the name though, the actual name of the Xbox.
I know. You got to get past that. Is my
I
point.
can't because you had the original Xbox, the
Eventually,
360,
you
the Xbox
will.
One,
Why do you
which is
care?
the original.
Who cares if it doesn't line up? You'll get used to it.
I won't. It's dumb. I hate it. Have you seen the way it looks?
Yeah, I think it looks great. I
I
don't
think it
mean to
looks
be
cool
this
too.
contrarian. I think it looks awesome.
It looks like our and I don't know if you guys have the same modem, but we have a white modem with Rogers, and it looks exactly like the new Xbox,
Oh, really? No, we
except it's
don't.
white.
No, it kind of looks like a square version of that MacBook Pro that looked like a trash can. Or it looks like a tissue box put vertically. Um, I think it looks
Do you
great.
know? Can you? I'm gonna put this here in the chat so you can see what. I don't know if you can put it into the YouTube
Chat
chat
or
if anyone's watching.
Discord.
Oh, sorry, Discord.
Okay.
How do I do this? How do I Control V upload? What am I doing? Oh, I think I just did it.
There's something.
That's our Rogers modem box.
Oh, it does look like that. There's some ribs on the side, but yeah,
Yeah,
it looks like that little Rogers logo at the top looks like something out of Portal. It looks like a gaming console. No, it kind of looks like that South Park generic gaming console, the Osimo or something like
or
that.
whatever they're called. Yeah,
Yeah,
here's a top view of it.
yeah, that looks a lot. Yeah, holy crap.
So when I saw that, I was like, "That looks like my modem. Looks exactly like my." I like that it's an actual box this time. I mean, that's cute.
I like the specs up front. Talking about 8 cores, 16 gigs of DDR6 RAM. That's very fast. NVMe drive. That's exciting. That's
I have no
way
idea what
more
any of that means,
powerful
but I'm
than my. Now I know my PC is old, but it was a high end consumer PC when I made it, and it feels like it was way more powerful than the consoles at the time. And this thing, I kind of expected the next generation to not do a just blow past me as far as just raw specs. These new consoles sound cool. I'm
they're
kind of
close to like PC specs, right? From what I heard.
yeah. So I'm wondering what the pricing model is going to be. Are they going to have a $900 or $1,000 version of an Xbox to be able to buy?
I can see that.
I would like to see that. I think that wouldn't be the one I would go with, but
Yeah.
I would like to see that out there.
I honestly thought that they're gonna just upgrade the existing consoles like what Apple does with their iPhones. They don't actually come up with a new phone per se. They come up with an upgraded version of the existing phone. That's what I honestly thought that they're gonna do with the consoles because the Xbox
I
did it
think they
like 4 times.
are. I think they are, and that's why they are just getting to Xbox and just model numbers or Xbox and it's oh yeah, it's on your phone. Xbox, oh yeah, you can get Xbox on your computer. Oh, you
Yeah,
want an Xbox? Okay. Do you want an awesome Xbox or a medium
because
Xbox?
PlayStation is doing that too. With you can play PlayStation Now anywhere on PC. On well, that's about it, I guess.
Yeah.
Like you don't need a PlayStation to play PlayStation games anymore.
Correct. I've heard poor things about the PS Now though. So it's lagging behind
I believe that.
Stadia and XCloud.
Or you can download it now. Actually, I found out PS3 or PS4 games. I think you can download
Really?
on your PS4, but the PS3 games are streamed. I think.
Oh, okay. That makes sense because they couldn't emulate it on the PS4.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the streaming piece, which is what all the PC would be. I hear it's 720p and maybe
Okay.
30 frames a second and a noticeable latency. It probably depends on the game. I'm sure there are a lot of games that's a totally acceptable experience. You know, like
I'm okay with
yeah.
that.
But
I'm not very picky in a lot of things.
if there are some games that you hear about being a showstopper visually, maybe like a Horizon Zero Dawn or maybe like God of War or Spider Man or something, and it's better than not playing it. But it knowing that it's a lesser than would bug me a little bit.
Going back to the Wii U, that's how I felt every time I had to play on the gamepad as opposed to the TV. I was like, oh, I want to see this thing in HD.
I kind of liked the gamepad.
I did too,
it was
but it was a
duller,
downgrade graphically.
yeah, What was it that much of one? I just don't really remember. That's how I played a lot of the Mario Maker 2. Oh, hey. Oh, you just got a Switch, so it won't have much. But they Nintendo just did like a year-in review thing, so it can show you your stats of your Switch
Oh yeah,
uses
I've
this
been seeing it
year.
on Twitter, but mine's probably gonna be like 25 hours in Cuphead.
I had some decent. I had a couple months where I hit 30 hours of gameplay, like in a month.
PlayStation did that last year, and I did 24 hours of Binding of Isaac. I don't know how the hell they calculated that, but I
I
don't think
definitely
that's
had to
true.
leave some on. There's no way I played quite as much. I had some months where I only played like 7 hours.
Maybe they had it like in sleep mode or something. I don't know.
That
Because
could
when I got
be.
Binding of Isaac for PS4, I played the book out of that game,
Yeah.
and I want to get it again on the Switch with $70, and I'm not paying $70 for Binding of Isaac.
$70?
Yeah, for the Switch.
Man.
Yeah, that
Man.
was my reaction. I was like, "Motherfucker, I bought you 20 times already. I'm not gonna pay 70 for another
Jeez.
portable version of it."
That's aggressive.
Yeah, it is. Switch games are expensive, man.
Yeah, they are. I just my kids or my friend's kid calls me Uncle Scott, so they're getting him a Switch for Christmas. So I bought him snipper clips. That's still like $30. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're pricey.
So, but he's 8, 7, second grade. So that snipper clips is a good. Do you know what that game is?
No, I never heard of it.
It's like it was a launch title, and it's a two-player local co-op game for the most part.
Okay.
And you use the
Gyroscope or
sorry,
whatever.
you use the Joy Cons to like move your character around, and your character is a shape, and you like cut yourself,
Okay.
and you solve puzzles by trying to get objects from one. It's a physics puzzle game. It's co-op, and you
Okay.
use basic. You pretend that you're like paper shapes, and you cut each other by lining up your characters, and you can build like ramps and scoops and all this stuff to get maybe a ball into a goal or an egg over to this little basket or something like that.
$30, eh?
And it's really
Interesting.
cute, huh?
I know, $30 for a puzzle game like that. I'm like, it's a little pricey.
Yeah, well, I don't even. It's probably $10,000 up there.
Yeah.
Because that's 30 US, so it probably is $40 up there.
Yeah.
I remembered it being $20 digitally, but I gotta get him like a physical thing.
Yeah.
So, it's who cares? Yeah, for you or me, not a good buy. I think I bought it for $20. I have it, and I don't like it that much. The only
Yeah.
person that will play it is my brother, just so he can troll me. He'll be like, "Oh
So
no
they
no no,
control you?
yeah, troll me." Like I'll be sitting there trying to solve the puzzle, and he'll like fucking around, just being a brother. Like, um, so yeah. Plus, this will be fun with like his parents can play with him and stuff. So he'll get a good bit of use out of it.
I've been playing those Cubic games. Remember we announced last week about the 10 free games for the Switch? Have you been doing that?
No,
Oh. So
sorry,
I
I
got
was
that free game.
too
I got that
late.
free game coloring book. And I've been playing with my daughter that. And I don't know. I'm so used to the Wii and the Wii U where you use the actual remote to point at the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And without that, it's weird playing these kind of games because I feel like you need that.
Sure.
Like Mario Maker, I can't imagine playing Mario Maker without a stylus.
Uh, I have designed zero. I don't think I've opened the designer, the level maker in Mario
Yeah,
Maker 2, except for on accident.
because I love that was my favorite part of Mario Maker was making the levels and then giving it to you guys.
Oh yeah, that was
And
super
you guys,
fun.
yeah, and I love that because it was so comfortable with the stylus on the screen.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine doing that with like a Joy-Con and a stick. It just doesn't. I don't know.
Well,
I
I
mean,
think the
obviously it's doing
intention is you
well.
design it in handheld mode.
What do you mean?
Well, like you hold the Switch in your hand in handheld mode to
Yeah.
design the level.
Oh,
Not.
like as if you would with a gamepad?
Yeah.
Maybe. Can you use touchscreen for Mario Maker?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I'm
okay.
saying.
Oh, well
You
then.
need to get like a third party stylus, but it's still like I I want it to be. I kind of liked working with the resistive one, not the capacitive. But I haven't used a stylus other than like a shitty one.
Yeah, I'd probably
on
just use
any
my
touch
Wii U one.
screens. And I don't know if have I tried a stylus on my Wii U or on my Switch. I don't know. I can't remember. But on like my tablets and stuff, I've like my Android tablets, I've tried using styluses, and I just have some shitty ones. And
Yeah.
they didn't release it in the U.S. or in North America, but in Japan there was a Mario stylus that came with Mario Maker 2. That looked really cool.
Hmm. Oh yeah, I remember that when they first announced it.
Yeah,
I want Mario Maker too. I want to play that again. God, I love it so much.
Mario
How do we
Maker
get
2
into
is
this? What
great.
were we talking about?
Um, we are in disagreement with Xbox, so we can move on.
Right. What a stupid name. I win. Next. Speaking of Nintendo and Xbox, or do you want to do your thing first?
Oh, sure.
The third on the docket there.
Yeah, shout out to Tecmo Balls, longtime listener. One of the people that claims he's listened to every episode of the show. Used to listen to Para Nerds as well, so he's a longtime friend. Do you
Oh.
remember me talking about the Captain N knockoff? Where I said it was like
Uh.
Bigfoot and like a basketball
Oh yeah,
keyboard
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It was
That's
called
right. Yeah.
Video Power, and he said that he watched it before school, and that's when I remember watching it. I don't remember if I said on the episode that I watched it before school, but that's when I watched it as well. And it had this like CNC Music Factory style, super early '90s theme song.
Is it with live actors?
Yeah, there was like a kid that was, or like a guy that looked like the host of, or the guy that was the lead singer of Green Day, Billy Joel Armstrong or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
He or Billy Joe or Billy? No, yeah, Billy Joe.
Billy Joe Armstrong. Yeah. No, I'm looking it up right now.
So he like did like a live action little thing and then would cut to a cartoon.
Oh, like the Super Mario Super Show.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's called Video Power, and look up the theme song to Video Power. It is fantastically.
I've never heard of this, which is
1991.
very surprising because I've heard of a lot of things.
Yeah, it was. It's cool. So yeah, thank you, Tecmo Balls, and follow us on Instagram. I haven't posted on our Instagram in a long time. Hey, I gotta. So the only photos on Instagram that I've liked are like guitars or vinyl records or video games.
Yeah.
And when I click on the search button, like just for like the broad whatever, I get
Yeah.
nothing but the most amazing photoshopped butts.
That's Instagram.
Is
Yeah.
that all yours is?
I don't think so. I never actually searched or browsed.
Oh, there's like a
Instagram.
search. There's like a search button, and like recommend stuff.
Let's see what happens if I go there right now. So I'm on Instagram. I'm going to search, and I see a bunch of 90 Day Fiance stuff.
Okay, but like I swear, I, I do not know what I'm doing, but
I see one butt. So
dude, no, ours is crazy. Ours looks like all I do all day is sit there and click on workout like butt videos or whatever. Those are not what I click like on, but those are all the recommendations. I have to click on like games or whatever to get to where I actually want to go.
do you talk about butts around your phone a lot? I assume you do as a butt man because they're always listening.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah. See, I knew it.
I'm sitting here by myself, constantly just going butts.
But
Butts,
gotta love the
man,
butts.
I love girls working out with butts. Yeah, it's weird. I just expected the Instagram feed to start paying attention to the stuff that I liked. Because I've even been like, all right, I'm just going to go start liking a bunch of stuff to see if this like slows down. And it doesn't at all.
You just got more butts.
Yeah, they're like, no.
Like my
you know what you're
butt.
trying to do. You want to look at butts.
By Mario, you mean butt.
Yeah.
Here's a butt.
Yeah. So, whatever.
No, man, that's all you. I wish I had butts. I have 90 Day Fiance. I watched that show a lot.
I've watched reaction videos about that show. It's a crazy ass show, man.
It's stupid. It's the only trash TV I watch with my wife. It's like our thing we watch every Sunday, sometimes Monday, and it's like 2 hours long, and I'm invested in it. I even listen to podcasts about it.
Hell, that's look. I think I've watched every episode of Jersey Shore and Geordie Shore, so I think it's healthy for people to have a little trash TV in their life,
Yeah, I have that one show that I'm like, I
or
don't
even a
watch any
couple.
TV.
Let's not trash TV shame people. You can watch all the crap you want.
No, that's the only one I watch, I think.
Okay, I've got a few. That's why I'm going that way. Don't make me feel so
I've
bad.
never watched Jersey Shore. I never wanted to watch a show about a bunch of people who used to beat me up in high school. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't want to get these people any more attention than they already have.
uh, yeah. Well, yeah. I can't stop. It's terrible. It's just bad TV.
I watch, well, I don't watch, but I watch highlights of like America Got Talent, and I'm always almost in tears when they press that fucking gold buzzer and they play that like very cheesy music. I'm like, it's beautiful, man. That little girl deserved it. That's not like a threat.
Yeah, I've seen some highlight like some of the feel good stuff, but I don't usually watch any of that. The only network TV I tend to watch a couple of things like Goldbergs or whatnot, or live sports. So
College football.
college football is an
Still
example.
very weird to me.
It it is super weird. It's only not weird because I've always grown up with it, but
Yeah,
it's really weird. They're amateur athletes that go to school. They're kids.
yeah. Like every movie that I've watched from the US, like Blindside and Rudy and Radio and Black, or was it Friday Night Black or whatever the hell it's
Friday
called?
Night Lights.
Friday Night Light, it's complete opposite of what I said. Every movie that I watch all took place like college football. And I'm sitting there going, who gives a fuck?
A
Who
lot of people.
cares? I know,
Lots
but to
and
me, I'm like, this
lots.
is just college football. Who cares?
It is
Who
my
gives a shit about Rudy?
It's my
Rudy, they chanted his name in a way to make fun of him in real life. In the movie, they made it look like they were praising him. In real life, they were like, "Oh, good job, Rudy."
You hold your tongue, man. Rudy is sacred.
And Radio,
I would,
Rudy's with
you
what's
can
his
make
face,
fun.
right?
You can make fun of Radio and stuff, or any other movie. Friday Night
But I
Lights.
watched
You can go
all
for
these
those.
movies.
You leave Rudy alone.
Mighty Ducks is the same idea. It's all
Oh
like,
hell yeah!
yeah,
But you don't like it to a degree. Yeah, I mean, but they were like at a low tier college in D3, and it's not like people go to Pee Wee games. Although I do kind of watch. I do watch the Little League World Series every year, which is the equivalent of what Mighty Ducks did. So I guess I would watch.
huh? Nope.
The Little
I
League
mean,
World
I'm also
Series
not a
is
sports
awesome.
guy,
What?
so there's that. I'm not a sports guy
Yeah, that's gonna make this conversation a challenge for me to get you
until
excited about
the
stuff.
until the World Cup or Euro Cup happens. I'm not a sports guy, or unless my Toronto Raptors win a World Series again. Not World Series. What is it called when they win
NBA
basketball?
championship, just a championship.
Yeah.
Which the
So
Pistons that's my squad. And the Raptors are playing tonight. And the
yeah,
Raptors
they
are
are.
gonna smoke them. Pistons suck. Oh well, I still love them, but they're rad. But yeah, check my balls. Thanks for the reminder on Video Power. Very cool. And then lastly, is this going to charity, or is this father and son duo just pocketing this cash?
So it's funny because when I put the note up, I was like, oh, cool. So the prototype Nintendo PlayStation that was recently found not too long ago is going up for auction in February. But as I was putting that up, you put up an update of somebody already putting in
A
a
one
price
point
for it.
two million bid already.
So want to go halfsies? You and I?
Yeah, sure.
Honestly, I would love, like, I mean, obviously everyone wants to own this, but I think this belongs in a museum, as Indiana Jones would say. I think
Yeah.
Indiana
Now,
Jones said
who
that.
knows? The way the article reads, and maybe it's not even on this specific auction yet, because the auction is coming up on the 27th of February. So it
Yeah.
seems like this guy from Norway that offered the $1.2 million that wasn't accepted. So the article at Nintendo Life is saying, it's obviously expected some big money. I I don't know. I mean, obviously I love video games. I'm not buying. It just doesn't feel as culturally important as I. I don't know, like
Like, I don't think
Babe
it's
Ruth's
worth
bat or
1.2
Jackie
million.
Robinson's bat or glove or something.
See, I feel like it is. I feel like it's exactly like that
Like
because this created a whole brand new console that lasted for decades. Like this spun off the PlayStation. Nintendo's fuck up created their own enemy, and I think that's so cool.
that,
It's like their Venom.
I guess, yeah, that's undeniably true. That's very cool. I don't know if it's $1.2 million
No,
cool.
absolutely not. Not
Like
1.2 million worth. 500,000 maybe, maybe
even that would have really kind of shocked
300,000.
me. If I were to put a guess out, I would put the over under around 150 grand.
That sounds about right. I'd go with
Like
that.
the getting into the millions, I just have a hard time thinking. I mean, the most expensive video game ever made, or selling, has that even gotten to 100,000 yet?
You mean
Like a single
world
cartridge
champion?
or whatever.
What's world championship going for? The Nintendo cartridge.
Oh, that stadium events thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like 30 or 40 grand. I don't know.
See,
But wasn't
I
there like an
feel
Atari game that was even rare that sold for like 80 or something? What I'm saying, like, that's not even 10% of the value of this one other item. I'm just having a hard time.
but is this the only of its kind?
It is.
And that's the thing. This is the only of its kind of the prototype. Kind of like the only of its kind if you own like DC Comics Superman
I
Volume
know,
1 or whatever.
but like,
Because that how is that different than this? It's
okay,
all rare, right?
I guess, is this, like, from maybe it's just me, but this doesn't feel like Jimi Hendrix guitar or Eric Clapton's guitar or David Gilmour's guitar. But that's the kind of price that you get at auction for those items.
Yeah.
I think you're
I
saying that you think it is,
I
right?
think it is
Yeah.
because not only did we not know that this actually existed for many years, we've heard of it, but we haven't actually seen it until what earlier this year or last year.
No, I think maybe at least 2 years because he's been on Ben Heck and like he's done rounds of
Okay,
conventions and
so
stuff
the last 5 years or so, let's
within the
say.
last five for sure. I'd
Yeah.
say maybe three.
So, but we've heard that this happened. Nintendo and PlayStation came together, made a console. So you have that like legend, that myth behind it. And then
Yeah,
holy shit, it exists.
yeah.
And
This is
then
kind of like
how
an
many are
an arc. Finding
yeah,
the
and
arc
how
of
many
the
are there?
grail.
Oh, this is the only one of its kind of its existence. You have the Nintendo and PlayStation legal brand names together as only one. I think that's very important. It's kind of like when you do like the Mario on like a Spectrum fucking old ass classic system just to see if you could. This is the kind of thing that to see just to have, just to know it
Sure,
exists.
I get. Yeah,
I don't think it's worth $1 million.
no,
But then
but I
again,
think
a banana
culturally,
on
I think you make a good argument for it to be on par with those other items.
but like I said, a banana with tape on it was worth like $1 million. So what the hell do
Sure.
I know?
Yeah, this is Banks. This is the one Banksy played on. I
Yeah.
guess. I think the thing that I'm having the biggest trouble with is that visually it's not iconic, because
No, because we
it's
didn't.
only
It
one,
didn't
right?
exist.
Only one existed, and there weren't a lot of photos. So
Yeah.
I think because it is not like those guitars I had mentioned are burned into people's brains. The images of those guitars, that you can
Yeah.
see those stories or whatnot. So since nobody could imagine what this console looked like until you saw a photo, but if I were to tell you to imagine Jimi Hendrix playing a guitar, most people would probably imagine like the upside down headstock and all the stuff that made Jimmy Jimmy. And this is not recognizable. This doesn't look like a Super Nintendo. It doesn't look like a PlayStation.
And I think that's what's beautiful about it is that, like, I personally don't understand why hockey cards or Pokemon cards even have value behind it.
Sure.
Because hockey cards, I guess, or hockey, baseball, sports cards. I get you have like a rare rookie card of whatever. To me, that's no different than having a rare hologram Pokemon card. They're both just cards of stats
Correct.
that no one really cares about. It's just the fact that it's rare is what makes these cards expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a
But the
Wayne
visual
Gretzky rookie,
component, those, but it's it's a visual. It's easily recognizable that that's Mark McGuire or whatever. or
Yeah,
that's
but
Charizard
it's
or
the
whatever.
rarity that makes it pricey.
Yeah, but if I don't recognize it, I have a really hard time visualizing or like thinking that it is that level of iconic. Like for me, it feels like the very first, like if they could verify the very first Famicom that came off
Yeah,
the assembly line or the very first NES that came off the assembly line, if we knew that that was number one, everyone knows what those look like. For
yeah.
some reason to me that feels like that would do 1.2. But
See,
I
but
totally get the rarity and all that stuff, but there's something about the imagery that's not connecting for me.
see, I like that this looks like the way it looks. Because if it looked like either a Super Nintendo or a PlayStation, we would have just said it just looks like a PlayStation, as opposed to this looks
Sure.
weird,
Yeah, it looks
right?
awesome. It looks cool. It looks like PlayStation and Nintendo got together and made something.
Honestly, and that's what I like about it is because if it was like just a regular place, say it looked like the PlayStation One, the original one, it would be hard for me to grasp in my mind that this thing is worth 500,000 because it's the first. Like, say it just says Nintendo on it and that's it.
Sure.
I couldn't wrap my head around that. I'm like, it looks like a PlayStation just with a Nintendo logo. This looks like an altered beast, of, so to say,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like I'm like it's exactly what I imagine. It has Nintendo plugs and a PlayStation logo on a Super Nintendo controller. What the fuck is this? This is amazing. This is the first, the only one.
Yeah, but it's the only. But I feel like if it was the first of a lot, that also is like the very first model Ford Model T that came out. Like if you
Yeah.
could verify with the serial number that that's the very first one that was produced. Like those are just as iconic to me. So it's wild. I mean, good find on these guys is going to a place called Heritage Auctions. In the Nintendo Life article, we'll have linked. You can go check it out. Get your checkbooks ready. Get your credit cards maxed
Fuck, I
out and
would
put in
buy this.
1.5. I'd love to play it. You know, that would be super awesome.
Would it work with anything?
Yeah, it works. Ben Heck got it working for the most part.
Oh, okay.
I think it doesn't read discs or something, but he did get some. He did get it working, but not entirely, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly.
Oh, I just love the story behind it. How Nintendo created their biggest enemy.
Yeah, it is cool.
It's so beautiful. It's such a cool like. Good for you guys. This is what happens when you guys start being a bunch of pricks.
Yeah, that's the truth. So
Was it flying too close to the sun? What's that story?
Icarus.
Icarus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, Kevin. Since we're doing all right in time, kind of stretch that out in a good way. So, let's have a question of the week. Question of the week, Kevin.
Question of the month,
Question of
or
the, yeah.
question for the next 2 weeks.
So, I've not put any thought into this, so I'll let you go first. But what do you got for us? I like this one.
So, my question of the week is: what is a gaming-related accessory, clothing, merchandise, whatever that you purchased that you regretted? It could be anything, anything gaming related. You either bought a keychain, or you're like, "What the fuck am I doing with this?
Okay,
It's so big."
I got one. It gave me buyer's remorse in a big way, but not.
Okay,
So I'll let you go first on what yours
so
was.
I buy a lot of gaming crap, and it is all crap. I have like I actually I have a cool cup, a Pac-Man cup that it's all black, and when you put hot water in it, you see the Pac-Man maze appear.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I have so much like old school like just gaming Space Invader things, like just stupid crap. I like video game shirts now. When I was a teenager, I used to buy a bunch of band name T-shirts, Green Day, Beatles, what have you. Now I'm a 30-something-year-old guy who wears video game shirts, mostly retro shirts. So I saw a Donkey Kong shirt at a store called Blue Notes, and it showed, it was folded. So I saw like like old school Jumpman, Donkey Kong with the barrels and all that. And I was like, oh, what a wicked looking shirt. So I'm fuck yeah, I'm gonna buy it. What size? Extra large, right on. So I bought it, went home, I unfolded it, and at the bottom of the shirt it says started from the bottom. Like Drake. Started from the bottom.
Yeah.
That shirt was completely ruined. I hate shirts with text, with
Oh,
words.
okay.
And I didn't like there's a cool shirt I saw that has the NES controller and it says like classic since 1980,
Oh yeah,
whatever. And I'm
know
like,
your roots and all that stuff.
yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
just stick with the controller. I don't
Yeah.
need words explaining the joke. But I had no idea. So not only does it make no sense, I guess starting from the bottom as Mario, but it's also a Drake reference. And it sucks.
But
And
I
it
thought
was
you loved
such a
Drake.
I don't
He's your
actually.
neighbor.
I respect him because he's from Toronto. But I was
So is I'm
honestly,
kidding. No, I'm not kidding.
I was very disappointed with his shirt, and I wished I unfolded it because I did unfold it just to look at it, but I didn't unfold everything
Sure.
because it's literally at the bottom of the shirt. Started from the bottom,
Which is
and
clever in the stupidest way.
it's not clever at all. You didn't have to have that there.
Of course you didn't, but doesn't that make it a Mario shirt then,
Why?
or a Jumpman shirt?
Well,
Because
yeah,
Donkey
it's
Kong
the
starts
Donkey.
from the top, so it's
Oh,
actually a Mario shirt because he started from the
well, yeah.
bottom.
Well, I meant Donkey Kong the game
Yeah,
shirt. Yeah,
but
it's called Donkey Kong.
isn't the first level
Yeah,
of the original Donkey Kong, right?
yeah,
Donkey Kong starts at the top. I'm saying it's a
yeah.
Mario shirt because he's the one that started at the bottom.
Yes. Hey, the game's called Donkey Kong. What do you want from me?
Okay.
Fine, I bought a Mario shirt that says started
Well,
from
I
the
was
bottom.
just joke. It was a joke. I was hoping you'd play along. And be like, oh, you're right. I'm trying to do the
Oh, I didn't
actually glasses, and you're like, fine, whatever. You can have it your way. It's a Mario shirt.
Anyways, the shirt sucks. I never wore it because I was really upset with it. And I think it cost $10. But that was one of my biggest regrets. Where I'm just like, oh fuck, I wish you didn't have those stupid words at the bottom.
Mine also is a shirt, the indie game, the movie collector thing that I bought because I was all
Yeah.
hyped about it. Ordered the wrong shirt size of the best shirt I've ever owned in my life, and I've never gotten to wear
That
it.
sucks.
It is, it's a vinyl record with the silhouette of a Super Nintendo controller over top of it, and it's the blue in that poster.
Okay.
I was so mad at myself because I bought this thing and it came with a vinyl, a T-shirt, that poster, and signed Blu-ray from the directors.
Oh, that's cool.
And they should have just sent me one for using my voice for 2 seconds. I should copyright claim them.
You should.
That's what people are doing on YouTube. No,
Did they reach out to you for that? Did they like say,
yeah,
"Hey,
they
can
sent
we
us
use
an
your-"
email and said, "Hey, can we use the interview that you just did with Tommy and Edmund in a documentary we're making? Like, you may have seen it. We were on Kickstarter, and we're like, yeah, go for it. Just please put us in the credits, or please credit us." And then you're
Yeah.
like, "No problem." And then they're like, "You were in the clip, so we just wanted to let you know. Hopefully you'll check it out, and yeah, we got you in the credits." We're like, "Cool, thanks." And then like a year and a half later, I finally got to see it. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my god, that movie was fucking amazing." I wish that my name appeared on screen, but beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, because it says classic lead in the credits.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
unless
that's
you
still
know
pretty cool.
me, like it's like 5 words, so and it's part of a montage.
Yeah, you're like, "Hey, this is Edmund," and then it cuts off.
Yes,
I remember I made sure to listen to it for it.
if you know my voice, you hear me right away.
Yeah.
But if you don't, I'm just like some dude. But super cool.
It's like when Activision, I think I told this already, when Activision asked me for permission to put my score on their review for Geometry
Oh
Wars.
yeah. We
What's
talked about that
Activision?
last
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah. I spelled my fucking name wrong. Bastards.
Hey, whatever.
Who created Geometry Wars? Was that Activision? I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
It does not. So yeah, I screwed up a one-time shot at Oracle. It's still in my closet, hanging up. If I ever get cancer,
Wow.
away, like that'll be the shirt I die in.
Oh, that'd be the shirt you're like,
Yeah.
finally, I've earned
I'll be like,
this.
bury me in this one. If I'm going out, it'll be in style. I want to wear that shirt. I did. Another one that I bought was I bought a Portal zip up kind of sweatshirt jacket thing,
Yeah.
and it looks like the coolest jacket on the Valve store. And what showed up was the cheapest piece of shit. So I was really disappointed in that.
Well,
was a
describe it.
cool-
Is it like a portal on this side and a portal on this side? Or
No. It was like it looked like a high quality, like thicker kind of not like a fleece, but more like a performance style kind of a zip up jacket thing, like an Under Armour almost.
Okay.
And what showed up was really, really thin, crappy fabric, and like
Oh,
the
that
zipper
sucks.
was all like kind of
Thick
wonky
and
and
crunchy,
wavy, like
yeah.
you get like from the cheapest Walmart thing. So because it looked amazing, and I saw Gary Whitta on a podcast Um, he was wearing one and it looked great. But he
Maybe his
also
version was actually.
he wrote like Book of Eli, and he wrote episode 4 or the episode 4 and season 1 of The Walking Dead, and he was one of the co-writers of Rogue One. He wrote one of the Star. He helped write one of the Star Wars movies. So he probably got like a real nice one. Yeah, I'm sure he didn't go to the Valve store and buy it, but that's what I thought I was getting. That will
Oh, and
be
the
the.
other.
It also shrunk enough that also that will be the over jacket. I'll ask them to not zip me up in the casket, but
Just keep it.
put me in my portal and my indie game the movie shirt, and I'll rest easy.
The other regret purchase I made was the when I got my Game Boy Advance working. I don't know if I said this on a podcast, but I ordered what I thought was Super Mario Advance 3
You
or Super
did,
Mario.
yeah, and it was Super
Yeah,
Mario 2.
it was
Or
fucking
yeah.
Yoshi's Island,
Oh, that's what it was. It was Yoshi's Island.
and that's my least favorite fucking Mario game. I hate Yoshi's Island. I like the looks of it, but I hate that game. It goes on forever, and it's not fun. I know it's like a beloved game, but not for me.
I've never really played it much. I'm aware of it. I don't think I'd like that mechanic, the shooting mechanic thing.
I mean, it's.
I just don't think
so
I would
upset.
like it.
I waited like 2 weeks for it to come in the mail. I got it off eBay.
Oh,
I was so
bummer.
confident because there's no pictures, like a scroll down of like a bunch of Game Boy Advance games. I'm like, yeah, Super Mario Advance 3 for sure. That's what I want. I love that game. I play that all the time. Oh, fucking Super Mario Advance 3 is Yoshi Island.
Speaking of, did you see that the gaming historian put out a new video today?
No, I'd never watched Gaming Historian. I should.
You've never watched the gaming historian?
I have not.
Wow.
I will though. So you got me into Summoning Salt. So I watched the Castlevania one.
Awesome, by the way. No, oh my god, the gaming historian. He's like an OG. Like, it was on RetroWare TV. Oh man, I'm almost jealous of you. Like, he is an A+ YouTuber. So much content.
I've heard of him. I just never watched it.
You'll enjoy it.
Okay.
But his most recent one, which I'd recommend you starting with, is 50 minutes, and it's Super Mario 3.
Oh, I'm in.
So that'd be a great starting point. And his
For those who
quality,
don't know, that's my favorite game of all time.
yeah. So start with that, and then you're welcome, and I'm sorry, because he has hundreds of videos, but they are unbelievably great documentaries. Like History of Rob, his Tetris is unbelievable. It's such a good one.
All right.
He's got
I'll
lots
check it
of
out.
shorter episodes on accessories and weird isms and stuff. Oh yeah. Cool. Go watch that. It's awesome. I watched it waiting to get ready for tonight, so it's excellent. All right, cool. Well, Kevin, I thought that you were going to maybe hold off on Cuphead for a bit.
No. So what
And then
happened
I saw
was
your Twitter just go nuts.
explosive. Yeah. So I was playing. I think I said I completed Odyssey.
Yes.
Okay. So I was gonna keep playing Odyssey, but I don't want to get tired of Odyssey.
Okay.
Like I don't want to keep because Odyssey. There's no. You're just collecting moon stars. There's no real reason. You know what I mean? Like the game's done. Now you just got more. It's just bonus
fun,
stuff.
just because you like
Yeah.
doing what they ask you to do.
Yeah, but the game is long, and if I get stuck on Odyssey, I won't be able to play any of my other games on the Switch that I have. And one of the games that I have is Cuphead, and I bought Cuphead last year on Steam when I got this laptop that I'm on. And remember, I was mentioning about the lag whenever I tried playing big, and I just never, it never felt right playing Cuphead. I felt this lag because I was using a PlayStation Bluetooth controller on my laptop, and it just never. I'm like, I know it's not me. I know when I press down and like a 0.5 seconds later it goes down. You can't play a game like Cuphead like that.
Yeah.
If it was like a Telltale game or whatever, I get it. But Cuphead, you need precision.
Yeah.
And Cuphead was never available on PlayStation 4. It was on Xbox, but not PlayStation. But it's also on Switch. So one of the first games I bought was Cuphead. And I'm loving this game. I don't find it, maybe it's me, but I don't find it as hard as people were saying. I was expecting to like rage out.
It's not.
And I never do. No, it's not. Like you go into a boss battle and you'll probably get killed like 25 times, but then you start recognizing the pattern.
Exactly. Like those are the people that didn't want to put the time in. And that's okay. But the fun of it is getting good.
Yeah, and it's so satisfying. I don't care about the ranking at the end. And when I see that knockout, I'm like, oh yeah. Like I
It
had
feels
my
amazing, and it's so when you were a hair away, when you were
yeah,
so close, it's just like I'm never gonna
like
do this.
one of the videos I posted on Twitter was me fighting the two frogs, and I was going nuts. I had one more hit point left, and right at the last second, I decided to use a supercharge, and I just spun, and there's like things coming towards me, and I killed him right there and then. And I was like, Mwah, I gotta post this because I was so I felt like a superhero. I was like, I gave him everything I had at the last second, and I'm also playing this game with my daughter, who's 4, watching me play it because it's. I'm like, this game is fine. It's old school animation. It's not scary. It's silly, and the animation's funny. She loves it. So she's cheering me on when I'm playing. She's like, "What happened?"
Nice.
I'm like, "I died." She's like, "Oh, again." And when I which one did I just fight? The bumblebee or the honeybee?
Oh yeah, that one took me a while.
It took me a while, and when I beat it, her and I gave each other the biggest high five. We're like,
Oh hell
"Yeah, we did
yeah!
it!" It was awesome. Um, and I like that you could choose as Mugman or Cubman. I don't know if that was always an
It
option.
was not. They added that.
So I always choose Mugman because I liked playing the second player, Luigi,
Yep.
Mugman,
Yeah, we've talked
and
about that, but I'm the
yeah.
same.
So I brought my Switch to my buddy's house for Christmas dinner, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I can bring my Switch over while they're watching TV, we can play in the corner." And I keep forgetting that the Switch has the Joy Cons are really 2 controllers.
Yeah.
So because he's like, "Oh, is this game 2 players?" I go, "Yeah, but I don't have a second control." Wait a minute, yes I do, and I did the whole sideways thing, and it took me forever to figure out they had to press the back buttons to
Oh
make two
yeah.
players work. Because I'm like pressing every button, I don't know what's going on. So him and I were playing Cuphead together, and I'm like, "This is amazing." We kept dying, and then we kept reviving each other, and I don't know, it's up there as like one of the most entertaining games I've ever played. I've watched on YouTube like the IGN interview with the guys who made the game. I've seen them play the boss battles. I don't want to go further than where I am because I don't want to spoil anything.
Sure.
But I watched videos of like the making of. I watched the Did You Know gaming story of it. Like I watched everything there is to possibly watch about Cuphead online. And I am so in love with this game. The music, I get why you own it on vinyl, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I get it
It's
because
awesome.
it's amazing, and the music's always different.
Yeah.
It's always different. I love the like let's roll up like
Yeah,
the
dude, it's amazing.
it's such a beautiful but it looks great, but it plays great.
It, it's the Contra game I've wanted. You know I love Contra, so it just
Yeah.
is right up my alley. They are unabashed. They're like, yeah, Contra hardcore. That's pretty much what inspired most of this. Other
And the
stuff
funny
too,
thing
but
is, well, Gunstar Heroes obviously is a big
yeah,
inspiration
yeah.
off
There
of
was
it.
lots that were, but which is also Sega still, but it's more. It's got more hardcore in it than from the boss battles than Alien War.
Like the background are like water paints, like actual water paint
Yeah,
like backgrounds, and it's all like beautifully handcraft, like drawn out. It's funny because the parts that I don't like of the game is the part that I thought I would like, which is the run and gun sections.
yeah, those stink.
I hate those parts, but that's why when I first heard of Cuphead, I found out it was only a boss battle game. I was like, oh, that sucks. I
Me
wish it was like
too.
Contra. Yeah, and then I guess they added that, and I'm like, oh, this part sucks
Yeah.
because you die and you got to start from the beginning again. I
Uh,
also don't like the plane sections, to be honest.
I got used to them. They're kind of like underwater sections, like whatever.
No, because I feel like it's not in my control. Like if I'm in a boss battle, I want to give myself like the gun at homes and the spread. I feel like I have more control over like my decisions in this boss battle. But when you're in the plane, you only have the pea shooter and maybe a bomb here and there.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I
you can
mean?
do
It's
that. You can
like,
do that like shrink down thing and like zip
yeah, I
around
know, but
and
it's not like I have no control over this. This is just what you guys gave me. I like having control over how I fight the bosses. But I mean, it's like a
yeah. But
not a
it's good
bad
for
thing, it's
them
just
to
nitpick.
force you to do something different, just to change it up
Something
too.
different. Yeah.
But I don't care for those as much either.
I'm in the third part of the game right now. I guess the different islands.
Yeah.
I think I'm about to fight. I don't know if it's the devil or whatever, but there's like a big ass house now that I got to get into. I just fought a giant robot, and that took me a while.
I Oh, so I think there are only 3 worlds. Isn't that right?
I don't know.
Did was there like a moat or like a railroad track in front of the big house?
Yes, that's where I'm at, the train or whatever it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
So I'm at the train right now. I
Yeah,
haven't
you're
got it there yet.
you're pretty close
Yeah.
to the finale.
But yeah, I thought this game was like
You're way
rage
further than I thought,
inducing.
man.
Sorry?
You're way further than I thought. That's really good.
And that's what I was surprised at. I thought I was gonna spend like a week on a boss, but I've beaten 3 bosses a night for like 2 hours that I play. And I was like, this game isn't that bad. Like it's I wouldn't even say it's hard. It just you don't know what you're getting yourself into when you get into a boss fight because they change the form so fast.
Yeah.
So when I die, it's not because the game fucked up or anything. It's because I did something stupid. Sometimes I forget what dash and like the
Yeah.
supercharge button is, so I'll end
Yeah.
up dashing into the enemy instead of trying to parry on a purple thing. Or sometimes I'll think a bullet is purple when it's not,
Yeah.
and I'll just you know what I mean? Like I do stupid shit like that. But I never found it hard. It just when you're fighting a boss and you finally beat the first 2 forms after dying 40 times, the third form is gonna throw you off because you've never seen that pattern
Yeah, what
until
was
you do
weird,
it.
like once it clicked for me, like I stopped kind of ratcheting up where it was like really hard. I got used to it and then ran into something really hard or whatever. It was kind of like once I got really good, I could just like manage, and it was just recognizing patterns or whatever.
Yeah. Like
Uh,
the B one and the robot were the 2 hardest ones for me so far.
yeah, the robot
Because the
one.
B one scrolls up. So it
Yeah,
was like
and there's
platforming
the
and
plane thing that would come down, and I always freaking forget. And whenever it would come down to do its thing.
I just never knew when it was gonna do the saw arm or shoot the little bullets at me.
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
but
the
the
bullets I
robot
did get good
too.
at. The bullets I got good at because you could like drop down and yeah.
But the robot one was a pain in the ass because he has 3 different hit points. One's a laser, one's an airplane, one's you know what I mean. And
Oh yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah, I remember
if
that
you hit
one.
the laser, he coughs up bolts at you. So I always had it was a weird strategic trying to find out which is the best to go first.
Yeah.
I just got lucky with it, to be honest. I almost died at the end, and I did it. I was like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that glad you're liking it. But you see what I mean when I said Cuphead will always be good? You can come in. It can be 30 years before you get around to it, but when you do, you're like, this is fucking rad.
Yeah. And I heard there's an expert mode after when you beat the game, which
Yeah.
I will happily try. So
Yep. It's
bring it on.
not. I've not beaten it in expert mode, but I can beat levels in expert mode. It's not unreasonable,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think I got to. I thought I was done. I got to 105 or 110% on my first save file, but I think you can go up to if you start playing on expert, you can get up over 200. I think.
Oh, really? Yeah.
But
No, I'm
like I
gonna keep.
saw credits and I collected every coin, so I was like, I completed it. To me, that's
Yeah.
completed.
I might feel the same way because we both had that rule. Once we see the credit done with the game.
Yeah, not always, but like that feels like I can move on
Yeah.
happily. So
It's not like Mario Odyssey where the game actually opens up when you see the credits. So
yeah. And then all the other thing that's on our list, we've both been playing Shovel Knight King of Cards expansion.
yeah. So I thought Cuphead was supposed to be hard. I thought Shovel Knight was supposed to be easy. I was wrong on both counts.
Yeah, Shovel Knight is a little tough. I'm to the second world right now. I'm probably about halfway through the second world.
Yeah, that's where I am too. When
I,
when the screen like slides over, you mean?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's where I'm at too.
yeah. Let me ask you something. Are you playing the mini card game every chance you
I
get?
am Joust or whatever
I'm
it's called.
Yeah, I'm not, and I feel like I'm. I heard, I think it was Ben on the Bombcast today mentioned something like it is important to play the card game.
Is it?
I don't know, but do you only win cards or do you win money?
You win cards, money, and I guess
Because I'm never
sometimes you
gonna
win
be able to
medals.
buy anything because I die so much, and
Yeah,
so I need to play this card game to get money so I can buy some upgrades. But now I'm running into ukulele. I'm getting ukulele vibes going, why? I just want to play your levels. Why are you making me do this card game?
so
Why do I
well
have
the
to
card
do? I just want
game
to play. I just want to jump on stuff.
I don't mind
I think it's
very
cool.
much. Yeah,
If I'm in the mood to play Shovel Knight, I don't
but it's
have
completely
Hearthstone.
optional.
I I realize it's optional. But I'm starting to get nervous that it's like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, hey, the game is better if you do like put in time to this game.
I've been playing the card game. I don't notice it different. In fact, I don't really see a point. I don't care if I lose because the cards mean nothing to me.
But should
Like when I
they? Is all I'm just trying to see. Like, are we missing a game mechanic that's screwing us up?
I don't know because in Final Fantasy VIII, when I played Triple Triad, I knew those cards mattered because some cards give you rare items. They give you something out of it.
Yeah.
In this game, I don't feel that. Any cards you lose, you can purchase later. So they're
Can
not actually gone.
okay. Yeah. I don't. I also don't care about the cards. But
Yeah.
like, what kind of money are we talking about winning?
400 gold, maybe? Nothing big.
Oh, not in the thousands.
I haven't encountered that.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
Well,
you
that
get a
makes me feel a
medal
little bit
every once in a
better,
while.
huh?
Maybe you get like a medal that goes towards your magic. But I
Okay.
never use my magic anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Oh man, I throw that bomb squirrel all the time.
The rat pile, whatever it
Yeah,
is.
whatever that's called. I think I might go back and grind some of the first levels to get money and buy some upgrades that way.
Oh,
Cuz like dude, it is hard.
it's not.
It's
See,
not
it
impossible,
plays.
but I
No,
die.
no,
I die a
I
lot.
die a lot.
That's why
Yeah,
I lose all my money.
it plays like Wario Land. Ever play Super Mario Brothers 3 or Land 3 for Wario?
No.
It plays just like that. Because Wario's attack in Super Mario Land 3 for the Game Boy was a body check, which
Oh,
is
okay.
exactly what King of Knights is. Um, I die a lot, but I don't blame myself. I blame the game on this. Because there are some times where I can't, like, I'm on the level with the tubes, the science tubes, and all that, the bubbles in the background that we found out was actually 3D. There's like the science lab. I think it's Plague Knight's stage, maybe.
Not ringing a bell. I would have
Um,
played it right.
yeah, it's in the other ones. It's that, like the science tubes in the lab with the
Oh,
bubbling.
they're like blue frogs that would bump out of bubbles.
I don't remember. It looks like a neon science lab, and there's like corks and bottles that you got like body check and a cork spit out.
I somehow don't think I played that level. Like
You had to.
not
It
even
was in the
close
other
to.
ones too. They even have it in that video where the guy like shows that Shovel Knight's in 3D, and they're talking about like the bubbles in the background, and they show
Yeah, but you're,
bubbles.
but that yeah, there's bubbles, but I
Like
don't
in
remember
in
a
in the
neon
tubes, like the
sciencey
science
tubes
tubes.
thing. I don't
Oh,
remember.
really?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It has like green gel that you could bounce off, I think.
In the original Shovel Knight, they had that. I've not encountered that mechanic at all in King Knight.
Oh, maybe not there yet then.
Yeah, no, I have no idea.
But anyways,
You said it was in the
there's
first level,
tubes.
didn't you?
Not in the first. It's in the first Shovel Knight. It's in all the games. This
Shovel,
level.
dude. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm on King of Cards.
No,
Like
King Cards. That's
the
what I'm
first.
talking about.
There is no that blue bouncing mechanic is not something I've experienced yet. And
Oh, it's
I
there.
thought you said it was in the first section of King of Cards.
No, it's in the second.
Okay, yeah. I'm only like halfway through. I think I said so.
I
Maybe I
am
didn't hit
too.
it yet.
Maybe. I don't know. There's different paths you can take, right? So, anyway, my point was, there's a bunch of tubes, like glass tubes, and I keep dying because some tubes you're supposed to body check to get like a cork to pop out, so you can like jump at the cork and do a little spinning thing. But
Okay.
I can differentiate the background design than the foreground tubes.
Oh,
So
weird.
I'll body check into thinking what I'm thinking is landing on top of a tube and go through it because that's actually the background.
There
Like it
was
should
one
have.
platform I ran into that was like that, but it was the other way around. I thought it was the background, and it actually was the foreground, and it wasn't.
Was it fire? Lava?
I think it.
Because
No, it
I
wasn't
just did
lava I
that.
stepped on. It was. Have you run into yellow electric or yellow guys that have like thorn whips and like lasso? They like lasso
Yeah, and
above their
they
head.
keep attacking you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So
can't bounce on them
in
because they're
that
doing this.
level,
Yeah.
there's what looks like a platform in the background, but it actually is in the foreground. And if it wasn't for the enemy stepping out onto it, I wouldn't have realized I could have landed on it myself.
Yeah.
I thought I was in a stuck puzzle. So in the opposite way, I had the same thing where the background totally fucked me up,
Yeah.
and I thought it was a pit, and it was not a pit.
Yeah, and that's where I'm falling in this game. I was just right before we started, I was playing and I was dropping in like the fire lava area and I body checked to go across, thinking I was gonna go across. I didn't realize that the fire in front of me was in front of me instead of the background.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I've been like that's what I mean. Like it's not I'm not necessarily fucking up. It's a lot of things. Like some walls you can't body check and do the stupid little twirl. Some you can, some you can't, but you won't know that until you do it the first 20 times.
Well, visually, it's pretty obvious.
I mean, after you know, like this wall has green on it, this wall has brown. The brown I can bounce off, the green I can't. I find that out after I die.
Yeah, you start to. As I've played, though, I've started to be like, I bet I can't bounce on that wall. Nope, I can't. Like you start to
Yeah,
realize, like, oh, they are not going to let me just have the easy way out. They're probably, and then then you do try it, and you realize, oh yeah, that's the color I can't
and then
bounce
you
on this
die.
level.
My dashing in midair sometimes I get thrown off as to when I can do it.
Yeah, I've
Like
had
I
a hard
can
time.
like I'll twirl off something and then I can't do a dash, but other times I'll twirl off something and I can do a
I
dash.
know what you mean.
And
That's not bothering me that much, but I definitely have
it is
run
with
into
me
that.
because I'm dying in such stupid places because I thought I could make it.
My problem is I try to double jump all the time, and it's not. There's no double jump. It's like
No, there isn't.
stop it.
Sometimes I'll roll off the screen because if you press it twice,
Yeah,
they'll
you can.
roll.
I never use that mechanic, but they do
I
force you
don't.
to
They do it
do that one
sometimes, but like
section.
But that's the thing that gets me crazy is like I'll body check into something, go up a platform by mistake, and I have to go around again, roll, but then I'll roll off the screen
Yeah.
and die. And like it's, I don't know what it is. I mean, it's a great game, looks great, sounds great, yada yada. But this is probably my least favorite of it all because I'm finding it completely unfair at times. Shovel Knight
Um,
is hard, I get that, but it was
the first
like
game
Mega
is
Man.
easier than this one.
Yeah,
I feel like it's forcing me to play things in a slightly different way than I'm used to, and in the moment I can cope with it most of the time. But every now and again, I'll have some like revert back to old habits, and the mechanics are different.
yeah,
So like the bouncing off of walls, like wall jumping in this game,
yeah.
it just goes a little. It's I couldn't even describe it. I'd have to really think about what it is that's exactly different. But it's like you don't reflect off the wall the same way. There are some there's some things that I think that are consistent in within the game, but they're different than what I'm used to. So it feels inconsistent because
Yeah.
I haven't learned it well enough, and it's too close to really differentiate what exactly I'm doing wrong sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's the same game with a different style that wasn't meant for the game, I guess.
Yeah, which is what the experiences have been. You know, they've kind of
Yeah.
remixed and added stuff to the my least favorite so far. Now, if I keep, I'm early in this game. I'm starting to think, God, I'm not going to be able to beat this.
Yeah.
The one that I think it's the Plague Knight, the
With the
the
bombs.
bluish green guy.
Yeah.
That
That's my
was my
favorite
least
one.
favorite. I didn't like that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I love that one.
but I did like the one that had the guy with the scythe or whatever.
Spectre or whatever it's called.
Yeah, yeah, I like
Well,
that
that
one.
was like Strider, right? It was like really fast paced.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, were 100% right the way you described the legacy and the treasure trove and the OG versus treasure trove last week. So I can confirm you're not always a liar.
All right, there we go.
Um,
I also found out something about this game, which you're probably gonna laugh at, because then I later found out was always a thing in the game.
okay.
I didn't know you can break the checkpoints.
Oh, yeah, but don't.
No, I know, but I know like that's a challenge,
Yeah,
right?
you
Like
get you can get achievements, and they send a lot of they drop a lot of gold or diamonds or whatever.
so I did a stupid little twirly thing. Like I hit a wall and I twirled and I kept bouncing on it and it shattered. And I went because I've never seen that before. I thought they added that into
That's
and I
cool
looked
that you stumbled into that yourself, though.
I thought they added like some the first thing I did was look online like whoops, I broke my checkpoint. What does that mean? And I saw that this went back to Shovel Knight, where just to challenge yourself, you can shatter the checkpoints and not die throughout
Yeah.
the whole level. And I was like, I had no idea. So I loaded up my old Shovel Knight data, and I was like, "Son of a bitch, that was always there." I had no idea this was even a game,
I
which I
did a,
thought was really
I did
cool.
a twirl and it was like, because I did the crack. I'm like, oh god, thank God, you have to do it a few times.
Yeah, no, I was surprised when it shattered. I was like, it's like the flag from Mario like breaking apart when you jump on it. You're like, this is supposed to do that because I guess I never jumped on it before. Or when I do, I never like
Yeah,
shoveled
right.
down.
Yeah, you'd have to like
I just
attack it, and it
yeah,
takes
I
several
just
hits
walked through
too.
it, right? I never thought about. I was like, wow, this thing had a completely like optional quest here that I had no idea even existed. Um,
Do you like the fact that in the so far there's only been one checkpoint in each of the levels
has there been one?
for me only one
Oh, I never really paid attention.
in this King of Cards, whereas the regular Shovel Knight would have
Like four
two,
or
three,
five.
four, five, or whatever.
Yeah,
So
I
far this
actually
one's only
never
had one,
I never paid
um,
attention to be honest.
and I actually like it. I was just
I
curious if you
didn't
had an
notice. Maybe
opinion
that's
of
why
it.
it drive me crazy.
Uh,
Another thing I don't like about it is that you have to go to the airship to spend your money. And the airship, as far as I can see, there's no way to go there whenever you want, unless I'm wrong.
you can spend money without the airship. You can go to the other villages and stuff and buy upgrades and all that stuff
Really?
in houses. Yeah,
Because every time I go to like a house, it's empty and I just leave. A bunch of rats are running under me and that's it.
like there was an old lady that I bought like health bonuses from. Like she was giving me like
Your
hearts and
mom.
stuff. Huh?
That's your mom, right?
I don't know. It was an old lady.
King of,
Dude, I cannot read. God bless
oh.
them for putting all the I get really irritated when I have to read in video games, and there's so
Oh,
much
I like
text
the
in this
Shovel Knight
game.
story, so I like the lore behind
I
it.
have no idea what's going on. So
Oh, really?
if that's the mom,
Yeah, and then she goes on the airship with you after, and the only way to get stuff
oh yeah,
off.
no, yeah, you're right. I was aware there was a mom. I didn't realize the old lady that was selling the upgrades was my mom.
Yeah, she's baking you a cake, I think.
That makes sense. That's
But
just
yeah, the only way after that is to meet her on the airship. But I don't know how to get on that airship to get upgrades.
there's got to be
It
a
happens
way.
every once in a while.
Yeah, after a level, they'll throw you up there.
Yeah,
There's got to be a way though that you're missing.
I
That
might be.
we're
I
missing.
also
I've never.
like when he's sorry when he jumps on a hook to go like up the airship. He like throws money, I think,
Oh
or
yeah, yeah,
cards or
yeah.
something. I love that little animation. But the game, I mean, I can't complain. It's free. It's a new. It's a fourth of a bunch of cool, amazing campaigns, and they tried something different. So, I mean, I'm saying it's my least favorite because I'm finding that it's unfair. The amount of times I'm dying is not because of something I did; it's because I got confused by something, by the
Sure.
mechanics of the game.
I'm having some of that, but I think much less than you. Because I like this quite a lot. I,
Really? Okay.
if I didn't have treasure trove or whatever, I would be happy to pay $10 for this.
Oh, I would too. Absolutely. But that's why I feel like such a dick saying like it's my least favorite because it's a free
Still better than a
campaign
lot
for
of
me.
other. Yeah,
It's still like an 8 out of 10 or whatever the hell you want to call it.
yeah.
But it's not like I like Spectre Knight. I like the fast paced movement. I like Plague Knight. I like the bomb placements. Of course, you like Shovel Knight. But this is so different and slower, and his attack is like
It's a
I don't
goofy
like it.
mechanic to get used to. Like
It
every
is.
now and again, like I'll do something and feel like a badass, but I also feel a little lucky. Like I don't know if I
Yeah.
could do that again.
Like you'll have like steps in a game where there's like three floating rats in front of you. Check, bounce, bounce,
Yeah,
bounce. You're good. Or there's like a platform in front of you, so you bounce off the wall, you go over it. I get that. But later on, when you have that tube level I'm telling you about, where a cork shoots out and you got to stand on the cork, well, another cork shoots out and do like a body check across to land on that cork. But then you might do a twirl and fucking fling off somewhere else, and I hate that. I hate not being in control like that because I'm like that's not what I meant to do. There's a bunch of I don't know if you went to like the lava level I think, and there's like pits that if you do a twirl you go through the floor.
Okay. Oh
And
yeah. That I think that was the one I beat just before today.
and those pits I didn't know were pits. I thought they were like buried treasure because they have been until now. So I will accidentally fall in that pit and go to the bottom platform when I haven't explored the top one. I didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
And that pisses me off because I didn't want to go down. I wanted to explore first. I thought it was treasure. You know how like there's like
Oh
usually
yeah,
pits,
yeah, yeah. Or it, like
it will spin
yeah.
up and the
I thought
door.
the
So
same thing. And
yeah,
there was
and I
one that were
hate
two
that.
together, and it would force me
Yes,
into the left one. Is that what you were talking about?
that's later on. There's
Yeah, there
like
was one I was like, no, I want to try to see what's in that pile, and it would like zing me
and
together.
but that's different because that they're doing that on purpose to fuck with you. But when I end up going to a different screen of the game without meaning to, without exploring what I wanted to explore,
Okay.
I hate that.
Yeah.
It's like I went through the floor because I did a stupid twirl and I went through there by mistake.
Yeah,
I
and
didn't
there's no
mean to go
recourse. There's no
down
way to
there.
get back, and
There's no way to go
yeah,
back up there, and I'm like, oh, I know I missed something up there, and I just got to continue playing the level. But again, I'm nitpicking.
yeah. So, all right. Well, Kevin, I think that's gonna be it for the show this week.
Yeah.
I forgot something that I wanted to do at the front of the show. Um,
Uh, oh yes.
so I'll mention it here at the end of next week. Or no, don't worry. This promotion's going on until March, so we'll have it for next episode too. But we're gonna have an Amazon affiliate link where you can buy Xbox Ultimate memberships right now. Buy 3 months, get 3 months free. So it's $45 for 6 months instead of
For half a
$45
year.
for 3 months.
Nice.
So we'll have a product link to the Amazon affiliate links for U.S. and Canada for that. Well, definitely U.S. I don't know if this is deals going on with Canada.
You
Fuck,
sound like Tarzan.
I hate that. If there's a Canadian option, I will do that as well. But that's a way to support the show. So if you're a Game Pass member, like Kevin, here's how my day went with that. I did $2 to convert the rest of my Xbox Gold over to Game Pass Ultimate, and so I was good until I don't know, like let's say April of next year. And then for $45, so 48 after taxes and stuff. I get 6 months, and then if I turned on automatic renewal, which you can turn back off, you got another free month. So
Oh,
I have
nice.
Xbox Game Pass Ultimate until November 3rd of next year.
Nice.
So if you already have Ultimate, I would recommend tacking some extra time on, because if you think you're going to be buying it anyways, that was my thought process. Is like, well, I'm definitely going to stay subscribed. I really like this service.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
far.
With Game Pass.
So like as deals come out, I will continue to buy them and just keep tacking on like free months, because at that point I'm paying $7 a month for this service.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to try that, we'll have an Amazon affiliate link, and we'll get a commission. That'll help support the show. Somebody reached out for advertising. We may place an ad. We might. We'll see.
An ad on the podcast?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it.
Ooh.
Thinking about
Do it.
We'll see. Thinking about it. I got to do a little bit more research about the product. Because I really only want to put something on that I would actually be comfortable recommending.
Erotic coloring books?
Iwata coloring books? Like
Yeah, boy.
Nintendo Iwata?
No, erotic.
Oh, erotic. Well, if they're high quality and I could recommend them,
Of course.
then sure.
Yeah.
It's the crappy ones. So yeah, we'll see. Just have to do a little bit of research. So there may or may not be an ad, but if there is, cool. Then our costs are covered, and I don't have to pimp the Amazon links much anymore. So yeah, but I want to thank Ben Landis very much for letting us use his song "Into the Forest" as our intro music and theme song, and shout out to Cubby for letting us use Tidal Force for the album Sleep for outro music. Our RSS feed is available at classicelite.com. Also, if we could make a request to
He's coughing.
leave us some reviews on iTunes. Now that we have Kevin on the show, let's get some reviews out there for
Boom,
how
one
much you're
star.
enjoying
Fuck
Kevin
this
being
guy.
lame. Yeah. So if you don't mind, that would be great. I have started. So next year, we should be on Spotify. That's definitely one of my goals in the early part of the year to get us there as well. So, social media, we are classic L337 everywhere, including Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Kevin has some personal accounts, Retro Relapstick on Twitter and
Whatever. Yep.
Retro Pixel Love with underscores in between the words on Instagram. So follow him there. See some retro goodness and complaints about things Kevin doesn't like online.
I just posted a photo of my Wii U gamepad, literally covered in dust. That's
There you
great.
go. So that's the kind of content you can expect. But yeah, I want to thank everybody very much for listening to episode 307. As a reminder, we are going to be off for 2 weeks. We're not going to be recording the week of Christmas or New Year's, so it'll be the second week of January when we get the next podcast episode out. We'll record before then, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Follow us on social media, and we're
So,
still alive.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year's. Have a
Happy
good
New
time.
Year's.
Stay away from the arguments as best you can. Enjoy the company.
Don't get political.
Try not
Do
to.
not get political.
Unless they're agreeing. Like,
If it's an echo chamber, then absolutely
yeah,
get
then
political.
go hog
Yeah.
wild. The way that you are
Yeah.
about your favorite bands.
Yeah.
Like, just enjoy each other's company. So,
Yeah.
have a wonderful holiday. And, yeah, we'll see everybody here in a couple of weeks for episode 308.
Peace.